Today, take a look at the WORKPRO 20-volt cordless drill driver with case and accessories kit. That is a big case. They even put a rubber handle on here. So we have got a lot of different styles of bits here. So we've got, oh, that's neat. I like how they did that, so the whole thing stays in the case, but you can fold it up so you can easily get to it. And you can read what each one is. So you got our standard bits. And it does say on here this is a 1/4 inch high-speed steel with what looks like a nice sharp point on there. We have our masonry bits. So if you need to drill into concrete or brick or anything like that, this is going to be the bit you want to use. You can see it has a much steeper angle and it has that head formed onto the end of the bit. You can also tell because it's this unique spiral, so this is going to help to get all the dust out of the hole so you're not constantly rehammering the same dust. And then we have some pilot point drill bits. So these are mostly designed for cutting the wood, but you can see that point that we got there right on the end, so that is going to make sure that this is going to stay centered so you can make very accurate holes. And it is also labeled, this is a WORKPRO brand 3/8. We got a couple of hole saws and an Allen for it. So this is what we chuck in. We can see we got our set screw right there, so if we ever dull this out, we can just change this drill out and we can put in whatever kind of drill we want. That is what this Allen is for. It's got a couple flats. We got some flats here on the hole saw. And we just line those up, thread in our nut, and we have got a hole saw. Does not appear to be marked on here what size this is, but that's not a problem because we also got a tape measure. And this is one thing I always like to say on a tape measure. This actually has inches as well as metric. So this appears to be a 1.5, and this appears to be a 1 1/4. We also have some stop colors, and it looks like this is the same size Allen. So all we're going to do here, if we wanted to drill a hole, but we want to make sure we're not going too deep, can lock this to a drill, and then as we're drilling, if we hit that stop, we know that we are as deep as we want to go. So these things are great to have. We got a level, so if we're hanging a shelf on the wall or anything like that, we will be able to know if we have that thing perfectly straight. And it looks like this one has a magnet on as well. Yep, and that is strong enough to hold this level up. I also like they put a little side port on there, so if you need to view this from the side, you can do that as well. We got our hex drivers. These are all 6 points, so if you need to do anything with electrical boxes, these things really come in handy. We got a magnetic bit holder, a couple of extended flatheads, a couple of Phillips, and a countersink. We got some spade bits. It's kind of cool. A tic-tac case full of driver bits. So they do actually have this separated, which is actually a pretty neat design. So we got our Phillips on this side, our flatheads on that side. I do like to put this all on the top, so that way if we got our drill out, we can easily get to it. And here is the drill. Now, I actually requested this drill, and the reason I requested it is for 2 reasons. The first one is because this is a hammer drill, so that means you can apply thrust force. It's going to hammer as you're drilling. If you're trying to drill into brick or concrete, anything like that, that is going to be a big deal. The second reason is because this is a 1/2 inch chuck. Most drills that you find are going to be a 3/8, and what that means is if you get a big 1/2 inch size drill with a smaller chuck, you're going to have to get a reduced shank 1/2 inch drill to put inside of that chuck. This can accept much larger drills. So this is a 2-speed. Got our forward and reverse there. Pull the trigger. Got a spot so we can put a handle on it. We have a nice rubber grip all the way around it. And we have torque settings. So we got 1 ring here for the torque. We got another ring for hammer, driver, our drill. We also have a spot here where we can hang a belt loop. Comes with it. So all we'd have to do is unscrew that and then screw this in. We got 2 more rows worth of bits. This comes with a ton of bits. We got some hex, we got some Torx, a bunch of flats and Phillips, and a couple of square drives. And then we got 2 2-amp hour batteries. They do have an indicator on the front, and this one comes with 3 bars. That one also comes with 3 bars, so that's good. So it actually comes with a charge, so you can start working with this thing as soon as you get it. Usually a good idea to charge it up before you start working with it, but the fact of the matter is it does come with a charge. Contacts are labeled, so you know exactly what they are. We got positive, negative, and common, and it's a standard click style lock. And the last thing is the charger. It's got a nice long cord on it. We got our indicator lights. This is labeled as well. And they actually put some mounting holes, so we can actually screw this thing right to the wall if we want to. And it says this is 2.4 amps at 20 volts. That's nice. We also got a light there on the bottom. And this came at a good time because these little hooks that are supposed to hold these springs in place were held by staples. And of course those don't hold up. So I'm going to replace those with screws. Now I always pre-drill my holes. I'm going to set that to driver, and I'm going to reduce the torque just so I'm not stripping out that head. There we go. Cool. Nice. So I screwed all the way in, but I did not strip out the head. So it's a nice thing about having a driver on that drill. So now we are reattached. And those screws are going to hold a lot better than those staples. All right, so now we're going to put it into hammer mode. Like butter. And the last thing I want to point out, because this is kind of important, I've got an impact here as well, and the batteries are interchangeable. So now between the 2 batteries I got with this and the 1 battery I got with this, I got 3 batteries for this set. So yeah, this thing's got a ton of features. I mean, the fact this got hammer mode on it is one of the things that sets it apart from most drills. And then the second thing that's got a 1/2-inch chuck, like this is a very nice drill.